Yeah, it's a very specific life that she leads. Fucking coordinated with the tarnished.
Shut up.
Tarnish.
I am in love with how this episode's going.
Why don't you tell me what you think, and I'll tell you if you're right.
People that actually bring shit. Jeromumbo makes like
Some kind
enough
of
food
dip.
for everybody. Like 3 cheesecakes. Alright, setting timer.
That first take was a longie.
What else could go wrong?
Well, you could be
Fuck,
staring.
I feel like we've gone back to Romeo's bleeding.
Okay,
Start
back
of an era.
to the great sunset. Take one.
Fucking bright in here, dog.
Good.
I don't know if the lights are coming up or I'm just coming down.
About 60 watts.
And
Should be pretty hot.
I feel an extra 33 here.
Yeah. Bearing down on you. Helios.
Hope I don't get those embarrassing tan lines from the sunglasses.
Yeah, those swimmers' eye.
Maybe I should have the little bit of lotion from the nose.
Yeah, I guess you should.
Yeah, it's nice in California.
Right.
Take it to the beach.
Can swim, can't you?
Oh yeah. It's funny being in Long Beach. I was like, oh yeah, well I gotta go to the beach.
Yeah.
I'm here. California, they're like, oh no, you don't go swimming in Long Beach. No.
It's the East River of
Don't go.
LA.
It is. That's how they made it. So I never went.
No.
Went for a walk down there, but I didn't jump in.
Dang.
And
See
by
some mussels?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And a couple clams too.
Nice.
So what's up?
You looking at it.
What's up, Ronnie?
What up?
You ever see the 2 Ronnies?
Dear Ronnie?
Yeah.
Ronald.
Remember Ashley always used to call Horse Key that? Fucking 2 Ronnies.
It must be something from BritBox.
It's a comedy duo.
Aye.
Yeah, it was like Kids in the Hall, but Deuce. Trade. Only Deuce.
The kids in play of Kids in the Hall.
Yeah.
Kid in play.
So this movie made me think of Paramount different.
I was going to bring that up as well.
Like, is mount... There's no plural on mounts? Paramounts? A pair of mount?
Para means beside.
So you think this movie should be called The 2 Jake?
You want to get to that already?
What's there to talk about?
I mean, I thought
Start of an era.
I was trying.
I thought we were starting a new era.
I was just getting situated in 1990. I wanted to see what else was around.
I'm excited.
This one might just be a last resort. There could be some good stuff.
All right, so what do you got? Something for 89? Just before we hit a new year?
Yeah, Batman.
New era?
Batman. What's his name? Just wiping off his
Don't make me take it out.
makeups.
Don't make me take it out.
Got some chronicles that began or something.
It came out in 1990.
Right. The Cron.
Also,
Back when there was just a diner babe.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Well, I mean, forget about it. The beginning of those VHSs, my buddy Shutter Dave, he picks them up from the value store, and he sent me the intro to it so I could see it. And man, the drip that gave me. Fuck, you think MDMA will get you going or something? That was my fucking E.
Oh yeah, what about Dick Tracy? I know you're a big Dick Tracy guy.
Oh yeah.
Makes you feel like the kid again, or what?
Yeah, I can't believe it was new when I was watching it, because if you ever saw it, it's a period piece, so it feels old.
Yeah.
So as a kid, you don't think you're watching a new thing with Dick Tracy, established IP, but the toys, I mean, forget about it. Had a ton of them guys. Had the police car and the criminal car. And fucking had bullet holes all over the door and shit. They were some rad toys.
What you know about Henry Hill?
Oh yeah, a lot about Henry Hill. Did a lot after he was just a regular everyday schnook, wasn't he?
Yeah.
There could be a whole second movie about that old good fella.
Hey, nothing wrong with a sequel, am I right?
Isn't there?
Did you ever see
Whitey Bulger, The Departed? Like, he did get the Depp one.
Yeah, Black Mass.
Yeah, but even him, I think there's more stories out there.
No, yeah, no doubt. And the only one out of this list I haven't seen is Jake's Ladder. You ever see that?
Jacob's Ladder. My dad asked me if we did Jacob's Ladder yet.
We have never done Jake's Ladder, have we?
No. Holy.
We haven't even walked under it, let alone get over it.
So you haven't seen it?
No.
That was one that I did have on DVD. I don't think I still do, though. I don't know. I think that went the same way as Dark City, to tell you the truth. That fucking sucks.
What do you think of the name Jake?
It's good. Strong name.
You think the is a
makes it a little clunkier.
Yeah. Jakey? You like Jakey?
Jakey Lee. Jakey Lee, I'm pretty sure he's the guitarist that played on Bark at the Moon.
Okay.
He was in Ozzy's band for a short time, but he was a fucking shredder.
Jakey Lee.
Yeah.
It's too good not
But
to
I
say.
think that might have been Jake E. Lee, not just like Jakey.
Jakey.
My name is Jakey, and I'm here to say hey.
What do you think the best sequel ever made was?
The Terminator 2? Suicide Squad. Comparison to the original, that was like original down real, the lowest probably out of frame, and the new one above the frame.
I was also thinking Judgment Day, but what do you think about
But that was also the first Terminator I saw.
Batman Returns?
Pretty great. Pretty... It's up there. It's as good as the original. The first one was a little bit of a slow burn.
I would say
some
Batman
of those parts.
Returns is undoubtedly better than the first one.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jack.
Yeah. But it was so weird seeing that.
I think Judgment Day is better than the first Terminator as well.
Yeah. But the first Terminator was like a shock to me when I finally saw it. Like, because I just have like... almost all of my childhood history starts at the Terminator. So when I saw the first one, like, it was a grimy fucking... It had like that scary vibe of the first one of the chase. But I did not know what to anticipate at all.
So how would you go about making a sequel for the best screenplay ever written?
The Polanski directed one?
It's already, best screenplay ever written.
The fucking Robert Towne has penned?
Yeah. Won an Oscar for it.
Well, those go to the wrong folks
It's funny
sometimes, don't they?
You think that it's like the best screenplay ever written in the year 1973.
What else came out in 73?
Oh, it's your turn.
Okay, don't care. Obviously nothing as good as Chinatown, because that transcended time, right?
Now who's dropping the bomb?
Always accidentally drop bombs on this show.
Yeah.
The broken arrow.
All right. So where are we at?
All right, so if you're starting to get confused already, that's not a good sign, because we're entering Romeo is Bleeding. Romeo is Bleeding levels of complexity and convolution.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't find it.
Yeah.
No. I definitely didn't find it as confusing as Romeo is Bleeding.
Okay, so
All Raleighs aside,
yeah.
I feel like I didn't get lost in this film.
So Mission
And I
Possible.
think it helped having the prologue for sure.
Oh yeah. There was a little bit of a prequel to this that came
It's
out.
like the big twist at the end that you think might throw people off.
Mm-hmm.
Almost was like, oh, I'm more comfortable now than ever.
Yeah. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, exactly.
But
And Harvey Keitel, you gotta love him.
Well, it starts so cozy, as you were talking about with Paramount there.
Yeah.
Didn't it just feel cozy seeing that
Oh, yeah.
in the credits?
And I loved the
Like vivid red Paramount.
Don't Smoke in Bed. That's a jam.
Yeah. One of those old tunes.
Do you
the
pick up
old
on that though when
jazzy-
you're watching it? That listen to a bit of the lyrics of it.
I'm sure I did at the time. I didn't put anything down about it. I decided to focus more on how much I like that font.
Yeah, got that too, dog.
Yeah.
Did it look a little familiar?
Vivid red.
Speaking of Batman's, I swear that's the exact same font that's used on the animated series. That long and skinny.
Oh yeah, maybe. Good.
I didn't get to do the side by side, but
Right.
that's exactly what I thought of.
Yeah, I read in the credits just before the songs who did the font or whatever for it.
Okay.
But it eludes me now. I didn't think to put it down in the notes, but I did read through it.
Because, obviously the animated series would have took from the film noir.
Mm-hmm.
So this was probably like an ongoing.
Hot on the heels of that.
Because did you read a lot of Raymond Chandler?
I do have The Big Sleep on in book form.
Yeah.
And actually, I have The Long Goodbye, but it's like an ebook.
Yeah. Because he was actually a big inspiration for Chinatown.
Yeah,
which you can
for sure.
tell. He's
Yeah.
definitely got some. What's the guy's name? Should know this off by heart.
Bogart?
No, the character in Long
Gid?
Goodbye.
Oh, Philip Morrow.
Yeah.
Marlowe.
Yeah. There's definitely some Marlowe there and Giddies.
Oh, yeah. A
Jake.
little bit of that coolness.
Yeah.
But right now, what is going on? It's just blurry. Everything is just all blurry in these credits.
Yeah. But then you get the camera.
Yeah. Well, we get to that, but I like how they put the two Jakes in quotation marks.
Yeah.
You don't see that a lot on movies, do you?
That was very film noir.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, there's the lady singing.
That song was like James Bond level.
It was, yeah. It
Like
was
I had
one
to
of
mention
the.
that, though. Don't smoke in bed.
Oh, that one sexy sound
Yeah,
intrudes in.
Yeah. And then you get the camera.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking, what did I get the censored version here?
Is there already a narration here?
I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe there was something going on, but it might have just been the music. But yeah, it zooms out, And yeah, it's a camera. You're seeing like the front of the camera. And there
is a narration, which these narrations were actually an afterthought.
Tie everything together like a rug, eh?
Jackie Boy threw that in at the end. I was like, this is the only way that this is gonna all tie together.
Yeah, like gonna stoop down to the audience level for just a minute here.
Yeah. But this one is when he's talking about
infidelity.
It doesn't matter if it's the wife, the husband, or the male or the milkman. If they come to me, they're always in misery. Also came out in 1990. And that's my job, to put people out of their misery.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a clearly thing for magic hour here, as you finally see him. And he's looking down at where the magic happens during magic hour.
1948.
Yeah, then it pops up, directed by
Jack. Yeah.
Then,
we'll get to it.
Yeah.
We'll get to it.
Yeah, and written by some dude.
Robert Towne.
Who also wrote a couple of
Chinatown.
And Mission Impossibles.
2.
So a bit of an MO of writing complex scenarios.
Yep.
Right? Plots.
It's Raymond Chandler's fault.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, where are you? Are you thinking about the shoes?
What about this Evans guy? Know anything about him? The big producer?
Robert
Evans.
Just took a crack at that.
You know that stud? You ever lay eyes on him?
I don't know. Is he in the movie?
We'll get to it. So it starts exactly how Chinatown starts.
With the feet?
He's in his office.
Locking out
listening.
Everything with the feet?
No, maybe the feet aren't.
That felt like a new thing.
Buddy from Rocky.
Straight out saying he's talking to Harvey Keitel in this.
No, watch Chinatown, guy.
But this is Harvey Keitel he's talking to with the feet.
That never got answered in my eyes. Why he looked at the shoes so hard.
They had the same sort of shoes.
Were they the same shoes?
It kind of showed them shoe to shoe.
Yeah, that's the only thing I could think of.
It's not. Yeah.
And also the same names.
Well,
that comes out right away.
It's a great icebreaker.
Well, they dropped the name. Title.
Yeah. Yeah, they say, we're the two Jakes.
My friends call me Jake.
Yeah.
Funny that. Me too.
Yeah, they mentioned Redondo Beach.
Yeah.
Great Patti Smith song. Pretty sure that's who does it.
Intro music.
Could be.
There you go.
I thought about it. Doesn't come up that often.
Yeah. When you're right, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It's off of Horses, isn't it? So it's unnatural to discuss what year it is when your wife is in bed with another man.
Keep going. Give it to me. Paint the picture.
It's 1990. You just talked about it. That's unnatural.
And he's getting
with all this other stuff that
he's getting to do a little practice swing, and what he's gonna say when he gets in there.
Earthquake?
Yeah. What was that, a category 4 or what?
No, I don't like to put things in.
This guy really goes to battle with the elements, doesn't he?
Yeah, you're right. And this swank ass office is just a shaking. When this office is shaking, don't come a knocking. Like it's a van in the park, you know what I mean?
Yeah, significantly nicer office than he has in Chinatown.
A big upgrade. Yeah. It has been 16 years.
Yeah. It's been quite lucrative for old Jakey Pants.
Yeah.
Through the World War.
Yeah. But it doesn't stop life from going on.
You think they'd talk more about that?
Yeah, they don't care.
Every other movie doesn't get away from it.
I mean, they don't jump straight to the weather, blah, 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 you know. Harvey's a Jake, Jack's a Jake. They're the two Jakes.
Never got the other guy's name till later.
Yeah, similar socks and shoes combo, right? Then, I don't know, recording a message for his wife. There's a lot of recordings and tapery in this.
Yeah. And it seems like he's just practicing. Because he's like, I'm nervous. I've never walked in on my wife before.
Yeah.
All right, we'll just try it out. Try it out and record this.
Yeah. So, yeah, this plan is going to Aces, play a little office golf, calm down.
Yeah.
You know, that was a big thing back in the day. Yeah. The putter going around on the old office, right? That was always a sign of being a pretty awesome guy.
Yeah.
Having a pretty awesome office where you could do that during the day.
Cool guy. I want to be this guy's client.
Fucking not having to talk to...
Makes me feel a little loose. Yeah. Just watching this guy.
Yeah.
Fucking, I don't even know if he's paying attention to me. He's just like, I got it.
Yeah.
Stop talking.
Yeah.
Actually, start talking and just press the record button there.
And then...
But at this point, he doesn't know who his wife's sleeping with?
Who does?
Does he?
A couple of the Jakes might know. Some of them might not. You know, you don't get a whole lot of time to dwell because right away this gets interrupted by some gunfire.
Oh, yeah, shot the toupee right off him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's like there's a, what they call a banging going on in there. And, yeah.
Headboard banging.
Yeah, Jake 2 just shooting this other toupeed man to pieces.
That was SOS, man. I was going in there to rescue them.
Yeah. And then now he's dead to rights.
Yeah. Dead to rights.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, this is going to be one of these double jeopardy scenarios or something.
Yeah. And you can read it on Jake.
Too obvious.
Yeah. On Jake's faces. This is not how this was supposed to go.
No. But, I mean, they're
Makes for a good recording, though.
They really...
That's good shit.
They do yada yada it pretty fast, though.
Yeah.
As they jump straight to the next day where Jake 1 has kind of pushed it down. He's in great spirits.
Another day at the office.
Yeah.
Better practice that swing.
Yeah, he's just breaking it down on cement steps and shit.
Yeah. Get to meet some characters. Like it's almost like a speed date with all these characters. You got Cotton, you got Escobar.
Yeah, you see they're all garbage.
Yeah. Was Escobar actually in Chinatown?
I think some of them were, yeah. I didn't remember.
I don't think the Cotton guy, but I'm pretty sure the Escobar guy was.
The Cotton guy.
He's the defense lawyer.
Yeah.
So, like, they share the client. So that's their... I love that they're on the phone. He's like, thank you, but fuck you.
Yeah.
They got that thing going.
Yeah. Yeah, he's doing a bit of driving around and basically says if I wait on an honest client, I'll be waiting ages.
Yeah, ages.
And then?
It's like 20...
Yes, and?
It's like 20 years for a sequel, ages.
Yeah. But look, every time you sit there and you think about that, there's just some gunfire to break things up.
Yeah. Watch your caps.
Yeah, there's gunfire all over the office now.
But you get to see exterior office.
Yeah.
And what do you think of that? Giddy's investigation.
Yeah.
He's bossed up.
Mm-hmm.
He runs this joint.
Yeah, and he runs... I'm going to say this is... he runs counter George here.
Yeah.
Runs straight into this fire.
Yeah.
Be it fire or gunfire, whatever the hubbub may be.
And another familiarity that I found comfortable about
yes,
this
Dracula.
It's like going to Chinatown. Like, I never knew that young Jack Nicholson, right? So it seemed really foreign to watch that film. But then watching this, it's like, that's the Jack I know.
Oh, yeah.
90s Jack.
Yeah, 90s.
So I was like right away, like into the... Like, he's just so funny.
Yeah.
Like, he's not that funny to watch in Chinatown. But he's just like... He's
a bit clunkier.
Grandfather material. Yeah, exactly. Right away, you're like, no way he's getting away with the shit that he did in Chinatown.
But they did keep the little scar.
I looked for it.
Yes.
It's very subtle, but...
It is subtle. You do see it a bit later on.
I actually had a note being like, there's no scar, but I didn't notice it until he gets picked up. And he's with Luch there.
Yeah, under discriminating lights, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah, old clunky 90s
sweating
Jack
under here, bruh.
No wonder in this scenario. There's lots of people in hot water.
Widow wife.
Yeah, just...
Cousin of us.
The girl killed my husband. There's a lot of that.
Of course. You know, this triangle isn't enough.
I'm going to the papers.
They got to both be married.
Yeah.
It's got to be a love table here.
Yeah. So she's going to go to the papers.
Yeah.
She's had enough of all of this. And
she's making light work of the photographer there.
Yeah.
He's like, what are you doing to that girl? And then he quickly realizes she's actually kicking his ass.
Yeah. And then they're going to be nice enough to get this lady a cab.
Yeah. But, okay, so it's put out there very early that Jake, that killed the guy in bed with his wife, is actually business partners. Why didn't you tell me it was why didn't you tell me Bodine and Berman worked together? All we got was B&B. Like, he's got the worst people on his team.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember if any of these guys, like maybe that old guy might have been in Chinatown. I don't think he worked with any of these guys in Chinatown, though.
Yeah, I know. You really have to see Chinatown to watch this.
Did she look familiar at all?
Who, the lady?
You don't have to watch Chinatown first, but
you'll be like, who the fuck is Merlot?
Yeah, why does he care about this? But it makes me appreciate Chinatown a hell of a lot more, actually, watching this and just seeing it as a whole.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually brilliant. And there actually was going to be... This was supposed to be a trilogy.
No, yeah, we'll get to that shortly.
Yeah. I just like to sprinkle it in there.
Yeah. Everything would like to be a trilogy.
Plant the seeds. Bastard.
Geesh. Smash them together like we just called it a cab.
So many geishes. Did she look familiar to you at all?
The lady?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Dame.
Yeah.
This is 1940s.
The brunette one?
Yeah, the Dame. The Dame.
What about it?
12 Monkeys.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only thing I remember seeing her in.
Yeah. Yeah, her name is like, she's got a familiar name. Catherine something, right?
Yeah, that's exactly. Mrs. something.
Yeah.
But she knows that she's got the information that Jake was in the same room. So, like, it's kind of hard for him to get out of this one. You already see that it's starting to get pushed against him, too, because he was actually in the room when the murder happened.
I mean, you never want to be involved that closely with all of this, right?
Yeah. You
just get embroiled.
And then they, call her a cab. She rocked right into it.
Yeah. Did you see that?
Yeah, take her away. Take her away. That's kidnapping.
Not a sense of direction.
Yeah, not if you take her home.
Yeah.
He didn't say to her home or his home.
She's trying to go north and she ended up going south.
Yeah. And it's funny because it's off-putting to see this happen.
It was an accident.
But if you saw Chinatown,
he's got 16 years removed from all these dames.
That's light work.
But
and he didn't even love her.
Yeah, I love that great sunset. We're enjoying it. We're just looking out the window. And all the day's problems are just disappearing. Oh, another shaker.
Oh, man. This one sends him under the desk.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, he's on the phone with Cotton while it happens. They're bargaining over the recording. This valuable item.
Oh, I guess, yeah, before or whatever. Where's this dude start crawling into his room for? You know what I'm saying? He's sleeping around in his office, having a snooze. Oh, that's when the power comes back on.
Yeah, because...
That's after. That's after the shaker.
That's when Cotton's telling him to put it into the safe. And he's saying, I can't open this safe until the power comes back on.
Yeah, and that's right as that guy's trying to steal the tapes from him.
Yeah, someone's sneaking into the apartment.
But he just vanishes.
Was he wearing a linen? Bay City linen shirt? Is that the first time you see that?
Maybe not the first instant. That guy was cloaked pretty good.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell exactly who it was. It was dark when he was milling about at first. But then that tape comes on and some major information drips out of there.
Major.
I don't
Hear
know.
a familiar name?
Yeah, it can't be that major because right away he's just on the phone talking with some chick. And she's just not impressed that she's been waiting as he's just been sleeping out on the couch there.
Did we just get a Chinatown reference? So soon?
I guess, I don't know. She's pilling out
This
too.
really is a sequel.
Was the gals pilling out that hard in Chinatown?
Oh yeah, some blue pills. And it seemed the way she was throwing it back at him. Already he's like it seemed like he had good intentions going in to help her.
Yeah.
But then it's like he's just grabbing at her in all the wrong ways.
Flinging the pills all about.
And she's like looking back at him and stuff. It's just
throwing her into the toilet.
Yeah.
Through that mirror shot.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. There's
You're like, oh, well,
quite
that's
a few
why.
mirror shots in this, actually.
Yeah, that was a biggie.
Yeah.
In that room.
Yeah.
And then you get another thing. They make it quite obviously that matches are something you should follow, right? That a hint?
Some matches?
Matches?
It's always a matchbook, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Yeah. Nowadays, you just get like a Montreal Canadiens. I wonder what that could mean. This one's got Bob Marley on it.
Oh, Robert.
The way that guy snuck into the closet, I thought he was going to get burnt after reading, if you get catch my drift.
Right, yeah. That would have been the pits.
Yeah. Reach out and cop a feel on her right quick.
Yeah.
Like, Jake.
Yeah.
You're not,
These are 40s sensibilities.
you're not the handsome shanty boy you once were.
Of course he is.
These aren't the times.
He's handsome to the
This
grave.
isn't the 30s anymore,
He can
bro.
have any lady he wants.
These women, they can work too.
Fireman Carrie.
Yeah. Yeah, he does hop. She hops right over his shoulder, doesn't he?
Yeah, I wonder if he was sore for a few days after that. Did you catch that in the behind the scenes?
No, not at all. But she was saying how much of a treat it was to work with him.
Oh.
It seemed that way. It really, you could feel that.
Yeah.
Right on screen.
Chemistry. Harvey.
Then he starts finding out that, the best case scenario
What is it?
is that Jake number 2 meant to go in there to kill him. It was premeditated that Jake number 2 went in there with the intentions to kill his business partner sleeping with his wife. Because if that's not the case, Jake, number one, is getting sued.
Yeah. And are you talking about like the next scene now where he's like, I'm accusing you of killing?
Yeah, they're outside of the
Yeah,
place.
yeah.
No, but it's first he's out there with his old buddy, and they're kind of trying to get some news off of this guy who's like walking in and out, just this one scene character, just giving a little bit of exposition of saying that the stakes are high for you too there, Jakey.
Righto.
You could get sued.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's why he goes to Jake 2's lair.
And he's really
known
just
as
brushing off
the model.
Yeah, the brushing off all these accusations. He's feeling pretty Teflon at the moment.
Well, like, until this point, it seemed, like you said, it's so nonchalant for Jack.
Well,
Whatever.
Well, in this scene, you're right. I was kind of getting the drift that he's, over this 16 years, he's seen this land pass through a few hands.
Yeah.
Because he seems pretty familiar with it. And he says a line to the effect of, like, funny thing about land is I knew the people that used to own it, or whatever.
Yeah.
So I feel like this whole land titles shit is pretty transparent to Jack.
Yeah.
Whatever is happening here.
Because he sees the crossroads where it's like Mulray and Raleigh.
Yeah. And he's catching hints of the past everywhere. Like, you start to see some of them oranges around this part, but the tree's, like, kind of dead now.
Yeah. Because he also is talking about the Indians had it right. They respected ghosts. He starts talking about ghosts as he's going through familiar territory.
Yeah.
And even when he's there talking to Jake, he's always like looking out a window, or they're talking outside and he's just staring off into the distance.
So you're saying Jake 2 don't even exist? That's just inside of Jake 1?
That's what I got from it. He's Tyler Durden.
He's about
There is no Jake 1. He's dead. There's only Jake 2.
He's about to be dead.
Yeah.
He's about to be that ghost right now if he isn't already. He fucking lights up.
Due to that tractor incident.
He fucking kabooms himself sitting on that shitter out there.
What booms himself. But you start seeing Jake. Okay. We can all tell why this is a little confusing. So we'll start saying Harvey. You really start seeing his true colors in this. He's a little sinister. Wow. And he's always like, saying it without saying it. He's not incriminating himself, but you can see what's up.
Yeah, he's cautious in his wording.
He's like, of course I was nervous. I've never walked in on my wife with someone before.
Of course.
And he, another familiar line is, he goes, you might know what's happening around here, Jake, but you don't. Which was told to him by Noah Cross. And when Noah Cross said that to him, you know what he said? The district attorney of Chinatown says that to me all the time.
Wise guy.
Yeah. Gets it a lot. And then who walks into the room? Jack must have dragged this guy from the Batman set, did he?
Yeah.
His little henchman there?
Oh, yeah. We'll get into him a little bit later.
And now he's the gas guy.
Yeah.
Whether it's beans, I forget what he says, but it's like, all gas is natural.
B the G. Yeah, I was wondering if you're going to pick up on that. I got more to say about him later.
Who, Tracy? You got more to say to him. You're not gonna say his real name?
No, not yet.
All right.
You blow him up yet?
No, but that's when the guy, this Tracy fella, walks in and he's saying that the earthquakes are causing all this gas to come up through the lines, or getting water in the lines, because they don't know about the drilling.
Oh.
But yeah, you see a lot more of Harvey's intentions with the whole dynamic of the business partner, and he's talking about how I can build it and I can sell it as long as I don't move in next door.
Yeah, because it's kind of shitty.
No Mexicans. No Jews.
That's right. And that's him.
Yeah.
And it's funny when he mentioned that, I was like, oh, he's supposed to be Mexican. Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
He's got to wait.
Yeah.
Be patient.
Yeah. It's like Charles Bronson. You can't tell.
Yeah. Nice.
So Jake keeps gazing out at the reservoir.
Sure. That's apt.
Yeah. He's got his own ghosts that he's hunting. Mm-hmm. Or he's got his own ghosts that he's haunted by.
Right. The past. The damn past.
Yeah, you might know. And Jakey's seeming a little snaky. He just gets more and more villainous as this conversation goes on. And Jack just throws it all out there and says, listen, you got to give me what I want, or I'm going to accuse you for murder. Because I'm not getting sued here.
Right.
That's bad for business.
Yeah. No litigation, please.
Yeah. So I'm just going to go up there and have my smoke. He's like almost getting into the car. Oh, but no, that's why. It's because he sees that familiar prop. The no trespassing sign.
Oh, gotta go through that.
It's been laying there for 20 years. Only has a mere hole in it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go sit on this. What is that he sits on? It looks like something that you probably shouldn't have a smoke on to begin with.
You certainly shouldn't in this case either.
And waboom.
Yeah. And you get a psychedelic moment.
It's the 90s. Big explosion to start it off.
Mm-hmm. And he's directing.
Surprised
so
you didn't
get that.
You didn't get any of that slow-mo.
But it did have that psychedelic head. You ever see his directorial debut or whatever with the Monkees guys?
Didn't.
Nah, it's pretty psychedelic. A lot of projectors and stuff.
Was Wild at Heart 1990?
Might have been.
Yeah.
Could have been.
Because I remember there's the big 90s explosion in that.
That's true.
But they...
Don't look back.
They didn't slow it down, so they just made it look like fucking shit. Like this, they had him on wires or something.
Yeah, they fucking threw him into the air like in Die Hard 2. Yeah. All the grenades go off in the cockpit of the plane.
Yeah, no, exactly. And like even Frankenstein. We talked about that in 1994. They even do that.
Right.
Like, the explosions. They loved that explosion coming right at you, the slow-mo. But Nicolas Cage just like threw himself into the dirt in Wild at Heart. Like it looks so brutal.
Yeah.
But like
dive bomb.
You watch it and you're like, if you slowed that down, that would have been on the Blu-ray commercial.
Yeah. There's a wall of fire in Wild at Heart.
Mm. That was quite the explosion. Springs you into a flashback frenzy.
Right. It's an astral slap.
Yeah. Start seeing a bit of Chinatown.
Mm. Special thanks to Faye Dunaway.
And then he wakes up in a similar way that he woke up in Chinatown.
And I don't even know what's going on here. I know this happened, but then, he's right back to business.
He is, because he gets right up and he's like, so where did you get this land? How did you get all this land?
Land.
And he's like, maybe we shouldn't talk about this in front of my wife. Oh, sorry, Mrs. Berman. Like, we've never been formally introduced. Which have they, haven't they?
Yeah.
But enough of the small talk.
Right.
Do you know where he got this land? She's like, I won't answer any questions until you have a medical staff come and check your head out.
Yeah, he's like, enough of that. I'm going to go look through some other papers pertaining to
Yeah, exactly.
Chinatown girls.
Old news.
Yeah.
Gotta go look at some old news.
Yeah. And then he finds a fucking nemesis in there. Sees Bruce in his searchings.
But yeah, it's funny. The wife is like, we've never formally been introduced. You just caught me with my head banging off a headboard.
I guess.
You've seen me.
Yeah.
We didn't shake hands.
Yeah. Just being pounded at the time, was she?
But he says something about how he never introduces himself to someone with glasses on. And I would have to agree with that. That I absolutely hate meeting someone with sunglasses on. Like, it just seems like you should take those off while you're introducing yourself. You seem shady. I know you, though.
Right.
I was like, what are you, at the beach? Even at the beach, it pisses me off. I don't care if the sun is in your eyes. You take those fuckers
You address me visually.
Yeah, exactly.
Get those peepers out, mister.
Yeah. I gotta know if I know you.
Yeah. And if you owe me money.
Okay, so he got his bell rung pretty good.
Yeah.
And I did love that shot of Walsh there saying, you know, you got your bell rung pretty good. And then you see him sitting down with that very big folder. And he's so like
he's getting down the business, but he is a little bit fucking punch drunk. Yeah.
And this is when I was like, this is the Jack Nicholson I know.
Yeah. Tenacious. Unstoppable.
Yeah.
It's the fucking Hamilton, Ontario there.
And then, this is where they should have had another flashback.
Oh, that's what they needed.
From Chinatown. Because the last line, forget it, Jack. Jake, forget it.
Put it out of your head. Let it go.
It's Chinatown.
Yeah, that's it. Don't try and change it. Don't try and blame it.
He just can't stop himself, can he?
Yeah.
It's like a Band-Aid.
We all in the river.
And then it all ties back to that Chinese bastard.
Yeah, Bruce.
The gardener. And right away I knew they were going to have this scene. Like, before we saw this little piece of this perfect headshot.
He used that to get an important role later on.
That's why I didn't see the elbow coming and stuff like that, because I was like, they're definitely going to have this scene where he goes, because he was such a piece of shit to the gardener in Chinatown, that you thought that he was going to go back and just be like, buddy! Yeah. But then he was like...
Salt water bad for grass?
Yeah, I was just going to say, he's like, that bastard. He's like, this whole thing that's been eaten at him is, what did he mean by bad for glass? What do you think he meant by bad for glass?
I think it was exactly that. It was all just like a Asian trope that balance hung in.
Because he meant bad for the grass.
But also the glasses.
Double entendre.
Indemnity.
That guy's got to come back. And what's he doing?
At least 4 times.
He just lives out there and he's still working on that part of the garden.
Yeah.
Is that where he is? He's just out there in the reservoir? Doesn't Berman own this property?
What am I gonna look at his fucking pay stubs, guy? Move on.
The only thing, this guy should move on. He's literally like, this used to be my house quarters. All there is this one flower that can tie it all together.
Yeah.
So I kept it.
Yeah. There's a debt between...
But then they have some tea.
Why wouldn't they?
They're friendly.
Yeah. At least they can get a table.
All right. You're so funny. Let me get you a table. The one thing about this gardener is he has no poker face whatsoever. As soon as he gets asked the wrong question, he's like, he just stands up and starts walking away. He's like, don't look at me. Yeah. If I make eye contact with you, I'm telling you everything.
I'm going to be out of the circle.
It's in the vault. The vault's around here somewhere. And then, speaking of vaults, goes back, and he's got a couple good fellas waiting in his office for him.
Mickey.
And
a giant henchman.
Liberty.
Right?
It's like a boy named Sue.
Yeah, and this big guy.
Your name Liberty, you gotta look like that.
This big guy, right?
He's a big guy.
Right? He's a great driver.
He's a
Did you know that?
Extra large bowl of gabagoo.
Yeah. You know the likes this guy's driven?
Tell me.
You ever hear of Larry Fishburne?
Oh, yeah.
Johnny Malkovich?
Oh, yeah.
Liv Tyler?
Yeah.
Tom Hanks?
Who? That's where you lost me.
Angels and Demons?
You mean Chet? Chet Hanks?
This guy has been driven Tom around.
That mean duck? That rude boy?
Since Forrest Gump.
Wow.
Yeah. This guy's driven Tom Hank more.
Thousands of times.
Yeah. More than he's driven himself.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And Harry Ford. Timothy Allen. Fuck. Your namesake, Liam Neeson.
That's where he got the grenade from.
Sir.
What a move, eh? You still got more?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Sir Anthony Hopkins.
Oh.
Right? Robin Williams. Hugh Jackman. Willem Dafoe.
Jesus.
Huh? How do you think he got to the set of XXX, the State of the Union one?
Ice Cube?
This giant henchman. Hell, he drove Harvey Keitel for this movie. Hell,
Harvey, your driver there.
You ever hear of a little movie called Ironweed?
Can't say I have.
Well, that was a Jack Nicholson vehicle, and he drove him for that. But you know what I really...
Can I get a year?
This is the last one before this.
This guy have a... Is this like on his IMDb or something?
Well, you know, can you really count on IMDb?
This guy got his own website? Driver. Credentials.
Yeah. Where do you go to find out when a star was born? Huh? You ever hear of Streisand? Barbara?
No.
Well,
I'm all...
On The Way We Were back in 73.
It's that chick from Under the Silver Lake or bust with me.
Well, Katie Murawski or friggin' got her to set.
You were boiling hot. Now you're getting kind of cool. It's cooling down over here.
Well,
you're cooling off.
Well, when we need someone to bring Robert Redford around when he hits his call time as Hubble Gardner.
Sundance?
Right? The telescopic horticulturist? Man, you never heard of that movie? The Way We Were or whatever? That was called? Yeah, The Way We Were from 73 there.
No.
It's
now you have movies from 73. Hold note on me.
It's post WW2 McCarthyism, diametrically opposed couple come together only to find out that a genuine friendship and physical attraction is not enough to overcome fundamental social beliefs. Right? You don't know that one? Directed by Sidney Pollack.
I can tell you read.
This movie was written by Frankie Ford Cage.
No way.
Yeah. Wow. And others. Like Patty.
Sophia's Pop.
Like that, The Way We Were. Fucking everybody contributed to that. The dude who wrote Network, old Patty Chayefsky, Arthur Laurentis of West Side Story and Rope. Huh?
Oh.
Yeah, would you hitch your cock to that or what?
I sure would.
And others. a guy named Herb Gardner.
Ew.
He wrote 1,000 Clowns, right? Great name he's got. And the guy who wrote Spider-Man 2, the 2004 one.
Gross.
And Trumbo.
You lost me at Spider-Man 2, fella.
Trumbo wrote Spartacus, guy.
What do you think about these grenades in 1940?
Hold on. Trumbo was played by old WW, one of our favorite dentists, later on.
The podiatrist?
Anyway, all I'm saying is this brute's career can be dated back to 3 years before a star was born.
All that in only 3 years, huh?
Yeah, 3 years prior to the supernova or whatever that formed that universe.
That hardly deserves a title break. 3 years?
Yeah.
Made it seem like this was his whole life's work.
Well, you have to think about a star formation. You know, it's an interstellar molecular, opaque clumps of things coming together. Reaching critical mass, brother.
Did you get what kind
They
of car he
collapse
drove?
under their own gravity.
What kind of car did he drive?
Anyway, he was taken too soon. Old Pauline DeCoco, R.I.P.
How'd he go?
I don't know. It wasn't from that grenade in Jack's hand.
That was quite the scene. That was... Because the one thing about this is I did want to see some of that, ingenuity of... Like how he put the watch under the tire in Chinatown to see what time the car left. Was brilliant. And I was hoping to see a little bit more of that.
And this is one of those
And
scenes.
I feel like this is the closest we got to that. Because I love that. He's so shocked that Buddy just puts it right in his hand. He's like...
he's like,
he just rips
it's like, you know all about grenades, 4 seconds or whatever. Be careful with that.
And that's all they say about the war. That's the only references. War hero. Take that.
Yeah.
And again, Jack is just like, what the hell? His hair, he's still ringing the bell. They're still ringing the bell.
I know it's in the safe. He helps progress the storyline. He's like, what do I do with this grenade here? Just die?
Yeah.
And they're like, no, buddy.
It's a work.
Yeah.
It's a work.
You're going to want to blow up the tape.
Yeah. I know. And he does a little bit of overacting with the jumping over the coach and stuff like that.
Okay. You drop that G in, right? And then the most important part, you want to close the safe.
Well, they're just lucky that this is 1948 grenades.
Yeah, it's a bit of
You
a
don't
dud.
want a 1982 grenade.
No.
That whole building would have came down.
Yeah, but this one is pretty dud. It just caused
Those
a little...
are the ones that you can jump over and people will survive.
Yeah.
The helicopter will be fine.
All right, so he does as he's...
Mirror shot.
Oh, mirror shot.
That's how he gives them the final good night. It's like a matchbox or something, cigar box that he pulls down and hits him on top of the head with.
Well, he gets
and then has
tossed
the mirror
around
shot looking up
after
at Mickey.
Yeah, that he gets tossed around right then. Yeah, gets slapped about the face there.
You get end scene with that.
What, the boom? Because when they realize that this tape isn't there, they got to slap him around a little.
Yeah,
for
they
his
slap
bullshit.
him around, and he tells them that the lawyer's got the tape.
Yeah.
And then he gives them the good sleep.
Yeah.
The big sleep.
It's not the big sleep.
He gives them the little sleep.
He gives them
It's
a regular sleep.
Average-sized sleep.
Yeah.
6 hours.
All right, blah, blah, blah. He gets up, he's perfectly fine. He can go visit the wife of who gives a fuck.
No sunrise that you'd like to bring up?
Nah. Just a conflict of interest here.
Go on.
There's just like tape playback forever. Blah, blah, blah. Always knew she was a snat. Don't get to hear snat too often.
Yeah, so he wakes up with a snatch. She says snatch. You hear it all the time.
You don't hear snatch.
She says snatch.
I didn't hear the ch. I heard t.
No, it was...
Was it? It was a full snatch?
Yeah, there's a T in snatch.
Yeah, but it felt like it stopped at the T.
Dirty snatch.
I must have had it too low.
With this, Lily came a-knocking. And she wants to hear the tape. Everyone wants to hear the tape.
It's all about the tape. I'm tired of the tape.
Second vault. This guy's vaulted up.
Yeah, and this tape's got, like, grisly stuff on it. Right?
Yeah.
Like, there's stuff you don't want to hear on there.
Yeah.
Like shots.
And he's trying to get information. That was kind of cool, too, that... he knows that Catherine Mulray's name is brought up on the tape.
Yeah.
But he's looking at her. He knows it's coming up because he wants to see her reaction, see what she knows about Catherine.
That name sound jog a thing, wouldn't it?
And then pulls the old hold me back.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't want to listen to it. And she throws him down and lays on top of him.
Jack still got it.
Don't let me listen to it. Don't let me listen to it.
Yeah, she just wants to be close.
And he's trying, for love of God. I'll turn it off.
Yeah, Jesus, hell.
What do you want me to do? Plug your ears?
Yeah. And then they have a makeout sesh, because Jack's the man.
I know, but it's like, you think this is old? Yeah. I think it's just because...
I think it expresses oil and mineral rights.
Jack's probably more of a gentleman than he seems to be. It's just a look that he's got, right?
Yeah, just like this movie, he's got a slow drip.
And he's like, and this whole, like, you think that he's going to push her away and be like, this is business, I can't do this. And he kind of does push her away. Mm-hmm. But then he's like, I'm trying to be a gentleman here.
That's the slow drip check.
Now get on your knees and look back at me and don't move. And he takes this sip of water.
I thought we were trying to get sound bites out of this thing. Now we gotta bury this thing in a fucking grenadable vault.
Did he not say that?
I don't know.
And then he grabs one of those cone cups. And he's like, I need some water. And he's just so like pervy old man Jack Nicholson, right?
Sometimes that water is so refreshing though. You gotta go. You gotta go. And
I'm trying to be a gentleman.
Filling it until the cone almost cannot bear the water anymore.
I'm trying to be a gentleman here.
Yeah.
Now get on your knees and don't move until I tell you not to.
Yeah. What is the point of the cone cup? One, you can't sit down. Yeah. Like you always have to be holding it.
It's the worst, isn't it? It's like a shot. There's only an ounce in there.
Yeah. But you can lay down a shot glass. It can sit flatly on a bar. They're like, oh, let's make a cup that is completely pointed.
It's the reverse of the chip. They want you to reuse it. They want you to double pour. Same cup.
Same cup.
If you throw one, you might go get another.
All right. That's true.
And they double as funny little hats.
Yeah. We did make them to go into a good garbage, so you have to drink out of the same one over and over.
Yeah.
Each time more toxins leaving the fiber of the cup. Don't quote me on that. Yeah. Maybe it's the safest.
Make me stay here. I'll go to my house. Don't make me go to my house. Make me stay. Like, this girl is nuts.
Yeah, but those are the best kind.
Yeah. Jack Nicholson. He'll get nuts.
Yeah.
He knows all about getting nuts.
Mm-hmm. That's why I call my bird, so when I go home... give old Nicholson...
Give it the old Nicholson?
Yeah. I give it a Jake.
two Jakes. I give it 2 Jakes.
Yeah, I give it 2 Jakes. And you're playing with it. Okay, let's cool me down here. Nothing cools me down faster than that.
Yeah. Hey, you don't want to be cooling your dick down in the county morgue now, do you?
No. I'd rather do it where there's no redheads allowed.
Redheads only, actually.
Oh. I'll go there instead then.
I thought she was a blonde.
Yeah. I thought she was the Hulk. She-Hulk.
Never watched it.
Green face.
Yeah. What, do the wrinkles go with it or something like
Yeah.
that? She seemed extra wrinkly under there.
Yeah. It's to make her look older. Would you be surprised if your husband was cheating on you?
It's funny how that works, huh? The whole thing. She's the victim of all this when she's the one with the adultery.
Yeah.
She's
After
the one
being segregated to
swept
the
under-
redheads only place.
Swept under the rug. She's just chilling at the spa.
Yeah.
And now she's a little pissed off when Jake's having some fun. Couple shakes. Is it ever confirmed who the blonde in the picture is that he's walking into the linen?
Yeah.
The linen spot?
I'm sure it is.
It's not.
Tidy.
Is it her?
It's tidy. It's all
Because I think
tidy.
he's thinking that it's Catherine. But I'm pretty sure it's just her.
He's going from person to person up in this mug.
They're black and white. You can't tell if it's redhead or blonde. That's why they gave you this little scene to throw you off.
Yeah. I didn't find anything of note in it. I just jumped straight to the guy with braces. Relied on him to give me all the information.
Except he doesn't have any information to give you.
Oh, was that a grill?
He's already got...
No cap.
He's already given information, and that's why he's got the grill.
Oh, he's tired of it.
Yeah.
Nebbish.
But this girl's not too worried. She wants a grill.
Yeah.
She'll
Details. Show him out.
Yeah.
Toughest baker I ever saw.
This girl looks just like Linda, don't you think? I didn't see any difference between the two.
Yeah, she
She must be coming up soon.
Maybe.
She almost plays kind of like like the villain from Inspector Gadget. You only see her elbow for a lot of the movie.
The one at the bank?
No, Linda.
Who's Linda?
His fiance.
Oh, that was the one who was pilling out earlier? Where you just see her on the phone and a couple of blonde locks?
Yeah. I'm going to have to call you back.
Yeah.
But it's that same shot as the villain from Inspector Gadget.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Dr. Hook.
Yeah.
Or Dr. Claw.
Love Dr. Hook.
Yeah.
Dr.
Yeah, there was some of that Dr. Claw shit. And, you know, it's funny, I just brought up that because my dad was watching this show called The Bridge. I don't know if you ever heard of that. But he was like, this is the bad guy. And I was like, how do you know? Every time they show the bad guy doing stuff, it's just in this Dr. Claw way.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, it's definitely him.
Those elbows.
Anyway.
It's the knuckles.
As he's being seen out of this bank, are you to the bank yet? You talking with this guy? 'Cause I got nothing on old
you find
cucumber
out
eyes.
There's someone else following Berman. So this is the whole Raleigh thing that... I don't know if this part really hit when you... Yeah, could have been without. I guess it's the whole overgoing arc of it all is this Raleigh character, which you just...
I'm not really to him yet.
But
Because he has that quick stop at the bank.
this is the first time when you mention him. This is actually before the spa day.
Oh.
That you see the guy... He's on the phone with the photographer. You know who I mean? By the photographer?
I guess.
The other guy that works at Giddy's.
Yeah.
And he's like, someone else is tailing him here. And that's the guy that he ends up following to Raleigh's.
Oh,
But he
so
just
he's
turns around.
asking about these people.
Yeah. And then he goes, oh, because they're watching these guys do a transaction outside the linen place.
Yeah.
And then they see this girl, Laura Teal. Yeah. Remember her? Oh, that old rubber glove.
In this?
Yeah. It's like, I guess this is film noir.
I must have been zoning out a little here.
Film noir that it's like there's so many times where you start liking Jake a little too much, so you got to give him these like really offhanded lines and actions that make him a kind of a greaseball. It's
Right.
like, oh, that old rubber glove.
Maybe I do remember hearing that line.
And then right after that, because she's walking into the spa. And then he holds the pamphlet over his face so she doesn't see him as he walks in. And then you think he's going to go for the blondes.
He does that later on at that other bar.
You think he's going to go to the blondes, and then he shoot dibby doops into the redheads.
Ah, right. I was so, like, not give a fucky about this. I'm like, all right, he's going to talk with some other person.
Then yada, yada, yada.
Indeed.
Green face, and you can smoke 3 packs a day.
Mm-hmm.
Just like someone I used to know would light up a cigarette while she has one in the ashtray. Runs in the fam.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And then you get Brace's character.
Yeah. And he's touchy,
And then-
awful touchy, trying to get him booted out. Yeah. And then this lady who's only been working there like 3 weeks, apparently.
Look, I'm not going to tell you anything to get out.
It's an awkward scene, though. And she looks like awkwardly close at the thing, too.
Yeah.
And he's like, I bet he asked you out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, no, he's married. Not anymore.
Yeah.
And he has that, like, CSI Miami moment.
Ding, ding. Yeah. Oh, the ding ding's coming later, sorry. Wrong show.
This is, yeah!
But then this is where he goes and has that meeting with Frawley.
Yeah, he's checking out boats there. And then you see, like, those oil derricks hammering away.
Get a little information about how horses bang.
Yeah, well, that's what he gets into. First, old Eli... Is that Eli Wallach? No, I'm not sure who it is. But, yeah, he prefers matches.
That must mean something.
Following that. Yeah, we look close at him. He's got a vibrant orange suede jacket with a candy stripe lining.
What time is it? No. I prefer the sundial.
He's got this cowboy Texan kind of demeanor about him.
Yeah.
He's the lead in a David Lynch movie.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Which one?
A Straight Story.
So
The least convoluted of all.
Is it called Straight Story?
It is.
Is he a straight shooter?
Why else would those speedboat girls be so into them as he drove by?
'Cause Jack.
Oh, Jack.
Straight shooter.
You're right, Jack was there. It could have been Jack. What, you think I want to build a subdivision? Or
so
want to get this fucking straw beneath the subdivision?
Isn't the most convincing person in this whole movie Rawls? Or Raleigh?
Raleigh?
How he's like, yeah, the oil's out there. Look, it's out there.
Yeah, that's where the oil is, not over there in the garbage terrain.
That's not hurting anybody. But then he turns and he's like, you think that's where I want to go for oil? Yeah. And it's this huge cliff.
Yeah.
It's like, well...
Gonna dig through all this rock, you think?
If Berman's place is up there, you probably don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Then you see what's that mechanism that he has there?
Well, he's talking about the moved water. And you gotta move people like we move water. And he's establishing that he's needed in this whole process. And then, yeah,
again with the water.
Yeah.
Fuck, I thought we were over this.
Yeah, but you're right.
Now we're on to oil.
Yeah, this dude fucking pulls up into the wrong place conveniently.
Which resource is more lucrative?
Yeah.
Natural. Just like gas.
Yeah.
Do or die.
The fucking...
That guy's in the do or die business.
Old Jim Bob pulls up, though.
He pulls up.
Yeah, just as they're getting all the info.
Yeah.
Trying to let Raleigh off the hook here. He's so convincing.
Yeah.
And then some jerk-off motherfucker comes up with the wrong spot. And he's got a big old whip stalker or whatever.
Yeah, I know, and he says, take that to Hill 36.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So I was like, oh, so you don't mind working on hills.
Yeah, no, hills you like now.
Yeah, all over the place, this guy.
And then he's going on about the 2 horses.
Yeah. You ever watch 2 horses bang there, Jakey?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But
We don't want him to miss the target, do you? And he's like, I've seen horse dicks. How can that miss a target?
Yeah.
It
can leave quite
as
a
long
bruise.
as a football field.
Yeah. Don't want to go wrong hole on these fucking animals.
Yeah.
It's quite the kickback.
Yeah, fucking... Yeah, you be fucking brushing up against spine for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Raleigh, don't let me down, Jake. But this guy's just everyone's slut. What happened to little as possible with this guy? Wasn't that his motto at one point in his life?
The Texan.
Little as possible?
Oh. Who, Jack?
Jake.
No, maybe. Chinatown, as little as possible.
Now it's just can't fucking help himself.
Bring, 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 bring. Now we can talk more about Bob the Goon.
Shouldn't we talk about the parrot?
That's the Parrot Club. Yeah. He's going to meet Bob the Goon.
At the bar?
Yeah. Bob the Goon, his buddy from Batman.
What is it that he goes and runs up on him as like a church sermon or something?
Sell it. Sell it.
Okay, I'm good. I think I'm good. He goes to like a church. There's that big meeting of people where he's doing all the talking. But they're in like this weird stairwell. And Jake approaches him and it's like, all right, let's have this conversation you wanted to have. He's like, not here. He's like, you called me.
Okay, yeah, something along those lines does happen.
How am I the asshole?
Maybe it wasn't a bring. Maybe it was meet me at the Green
Why am I
Parrot.
the Jake off in this situation?
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah, but nevertheless, it's Bob the Goon.
Meet me at the Parrot Club.
Right?
This conversation needs green light.
Yeah.
Green lights must be casting down on us.
Yeah. Did you realize that was Bob the Goon?
Oh, yeah. When I mentioned it already.
I know.
I noticed it in the whole...
But this is his time to shine.
The whole do-or-die conversation. I noticed it right away.
But what we didn't realize about Bob the Goon is how many interesting names this actor has had in movies.
He's like the exact opposite of Strange Guy.
He's been Gravel Gus in Elf.
That's a good one.
Cookie, Pooch, Lucky, Skip, Arnie,
Looch?
Arnold,
Looch?
Coogan, Collie, Clint, Carl, Boone, Patch, Blaze, Ezra, Malcolm, Tom, Tommy, Eugene. Beaver,
Do you have
Tyrone.
Do you know what movie this is?
Lamar, Boris,
Tyrone and Lamar?
Cecil, Hedgehog,
I can see Cecil.
Leon, Sean, Jim, Joe, Oliver, wee St. Francis, Poppy,
I wish you had the movies beside all these.
Paul, Leo, Leonard, Blinky, Francis, Elton,
I found my new
Barrick,
favorite, Blinky.
K-Ron,
K-Ron.
Frog, Candy,
What was he in a Key and Peele fucking skit?
Glenn,
Looks like a Glenn.
in Space.
Oh, yeah?
He played a character named Space, bro.
Just space. You only gotta hit one key to type that into the computer.
Yeah, can't underscore it enough.
And Tracy.
Yeah, so let's
Off the
head to the
goon.
Green Parrot bar to meet
I like
with
Blinky.
this guy.
He's Blinky from now on.
And that does that excluding all the times he's like fucking Ray the fucking yard scraper. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the gardener.
Yeah. But yeah, let's just enjoy this little park and run across the street shot to get to the parrot.
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah.
Was that a thing for you?
And he got the gears turning.
Cameron starts in one place and dollies back to reveal.
Almost reminds you of Boogie Nights.
It was Boogie Nights-ish.
Yeah.
There was like another part where I was like, this is for sure the spot where in Fear and Loathing, when they're there the first night at the beach
Yeah.
in the dark.
Oh, yeah. When they first show up, when they first arrive, yeah.
Anyway,
So,
jazz bar.
yeah.
I mean,
Probably shouldn't have showed up at, him and Mickey aren't on good terms, are they?
well, he goes in and it's like a wait to be seated sort of scenario, but he's just going to take a seat at the bar, right?
Yeah.
And like at first I was like, this is a total sausage fest. But I counted 2 ladies,
Oh, yeah.
but the ratio was all wrong.
Yeah, of
Like
course.
the-
It looked like a Schumacher bar for sure.
Yeah. A lot of the men were dancing together. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Wearing eyes wide shut masks, half of them.
Can't say I honed in on this, but I believe you.
All right.
Oh, so that's why grabbing onto the... I see why he could be in a George Michael's kind of scenario.
Oh, that's right.
But what's Mickey doing with this joint?
Well, first he has that little conversation there, and they basically, him and Blinky, or whatever of the million names he's had,
That was a K-pop. I like that.
lets him know,
K-Ron.
directly contradicting Raleigh, says he wants to stick his straw under this subdivision and suck it dry.
Who do you believe?
I mean, it's a bar full of that, but yeah, you're right. He turns around and he and he bumps straight in
I
the
think
Mickey.
you might hang out here too much. You should get back on the horse porn, buddy.
Him and Liberty. The driver.
It's a pretty name.
Yeah, he owns the joint apparently.
Yeah.
But
Well, how many of these guys started out as a driver? That's pretty cliche for this mafia guy. Started out as a driver.
look, whatever. Jack's got a date.
I'm thinking about this all differently now. Liberty, is he the 12 o'clock show?
Could be. Bears all.
You can't see it, but I'm twinking under here.
No, fuck yeah. Let me just grab an ice pick. You're looking at my guy all wrong.
Classic. Yeah, you always gotta crush the
Yeah.
just so you know what this is.
Yeah. Just so you see how pointy
I ain't
this thing-
stabbing tomatoes over here, okay? I ain't making no fucking
Yeah.
Goulash.
Yeah. And just to double down on the jeopardy of it all, they're in the Red Hall.
Oh, yeah.
Blood Red Hall.
What's the green? How do you feel in that green light?
Pretty sweet.
We know what red does to the mind. What does green do?
Was it blue light?
Were you a little jealous of some of the guys dancing with some of the other ones in there?
That's right.
Or were you just thinking about money? All the money to be made.
What are you going to do? Blackmail me now? You know, that's worst.
Yeah.
The worst.
Yeah. But
mental torture,
but he's
so much greater than physical torture.
Yeah.
Please don't do that to me.
But do we already? Is this in the hallway that they're saying this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he gets saved by the
Just
siren.
fucking poke my eyes out, fella. Don't make me think about my past.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there's the police raid comes at a convenient time for everybody in this scenario.
And is this when he's
Jake.
first threatened with the George Michael scenario?
Well, I didn't realize that it was a thing until he got back to the station after this raid.
So that they talk about it at the station.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's brought up the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the station.
We see the cop at the parrot shot in the bar.
Just to distract you from his teeth.
Yeah.
Look like baked beans.
Right. Well, that you play a Nazi once in Blues Brothers, and all of a sudden you're a piece of shit for life.
And the parrot just had to take that berry off of the lady's little tiara there. But it's funny how they could have used a speed ramp there. She's clearly just like, "Come on, take it. I gotta keep walking, you stupid parrot." Parrot's just taking his time, picking which one of these berries do I want to take.
But zap cut straight to the station now.
Yeah.
We're finally hanging out with the Loach. Leaving Keith David in the dust finally.
David Keith.
Enter the spotlight.
I stole it from you.
Yeah.
But it's funny that I did pick up on that too.
Yeah, and nearly uncredited, behind him there, Tom Waits.
I was going to say.
Right? In the plain clothes.
Yeah.
Right?
Tea.
Isn't he the one who
He
says...
likes tea.
But didn't he mention that, we got a vice officer who swears that he approached him and fondled his privates there in the men's room?
Yeah, it is him. As Escobar slowly sits down behind him.
Yeah.
He's in on it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, David Keith, not a child... That's for sure.
No.
Starts mentioning about how he knew a whore once that would piss in your face.
He's a man.
But he won't shit on. She won't shit on you.
I hope you weren't too disappointed, Aaron.
Yeah. And then all hell breaks loose over that little comment.
Oh, he's back to blackmail. That was he's referencing Chinatown.
Yeah. Is this the off-color moment?
The most cringy moment possible.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Jake ends
I don't
up
want to hear
in top position.
I don't want to hear D-Generation X references from Jack, okay?
He is taking some kind of something out on old Loach there, isn't he?
Yeah, where's this coming from, Jake? I never saw this side. You stop hanging out in the green room.
Yeah. Got the gun to him. To the police officer in the police station from top position, ready to ground and pound him. And then bam, what's he say to him? What's he want out of this? What's gonna get his fucking gears? Suck it. Suck this fucking gun, bro.
Yeah. And he even was like, "You pissed. Look, you pissed in your pants."
Yes. Fucking
It's like, you think he could have made a clever
first you don't use tongue, and now you water the floor.
He should make reference back to the girl that pissed on him for money.
I know,
It's like,
right?
you did it to yourself for free.
Yeah. And you would expect this to really be a big fucking deal, right?
Yeah.
You do all this shit right in front of everyone.
Yeah.
But it's like, Get him out of here.
Yeah, I know. It was like a high school fight where everyone just lets it happen, and then when it's over, you're like, all right, break it up, guys. Am I compensating now? Could you call me soft lips?
Yeah. Yeah, you peeked it there for a second.
Sorry, buddy. What did I say? I won't say it again.
No.
Oh, yeah, it's like a high school fight where, like, it's your two buddies fighting and you just watch it happen, and then as soon as it's over, you're like, break it up, you friends.
And is this whole thing just so that we can see that Bay City Linen is just standing by watching this whole thing?
I think so. And it looks like the exact same silhouette that was sneaking around his apartment.
Oh.
I must say. But this is where, Escobar shows face again. And this is where I was like, this guy was definitely in Chinatown. Because he's the guy that's always doing that. Jake, you don't want to do this.
The voice of reason.
Yeah, at the end, he's like, get the handcuffs off him.
Yeah. And then you just goes scot-free, and then he's back to the tapes.
Where do I keep the folders just keep getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah. And, like, he got the pictures arrayed on his desk.
I know. And his table's getting bigger and bigger. He should have kept bringing in bigger tables.
Yeah. And fucking, I don't know if
additions.
He's got sense knocked into him because he's making some microscopic deductions. He's fucking counting chair buttons or something.
I know. I didn't pick up on that, but he's like old man finger.
Yeah. Yeah, and basically what he draws out of it is like, oh, you thought Bay City Linen, eh? Were an aside? No, but they were delivering a chair, I bet.
That's a different chair. Or I don't even know. Was it this? I don't.
Was Chair Day a big one on set?
Yeah, no.
You know a little about the behind the scenes. We had we're bringing the chair.
Yeah.
You know what?
Helicoptered in.
I'm going to have to count those buttons.
That was his Gam's chair that he brought. Actually, that chair is in every movie that Jack Nicholson directed.
Yeah.
I'll just drop that jewel now.
Well, I can imagine this is like one of his biggest starring moments when he throws on the garb.
Gam's chair. Now I work in the linen business.
Yeah. This is a disguise. Yeah, and he brings the chair to Greenface. Miss Berman.
Yeah. That's funny. He gets out, he's got the costume on, and he's like, this is what happened, pulling out the chair. Like, this is where you were actually curious of how much does she really know about this?
So it must be
Maybe she was just getting lucky. She doesn't get it at home.
It's been a Fardman chair. Or whatever.
Yeah, Carl. That's so un-Carl Fardman-like. But what was pretty cool is having one of these stashed under the fucking chair.
Oh, shit. You're like Iceman.
It was like magnets. It was magnetized.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, actually.
So that brought me back to the watch.
But right before, I guess you do see it like the gun floating kind of in a picture.
Yeah.
It kind of gives that weird illusion.
What the fuck was that?
But it must have been because it was stuck in those pegs.
Is that a picture of a mirror?
Maybe a Texas swap.
Because I couldn't tell in the picture, but it was like the gun's floating. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But we don't really find out until after that car menacingly bounds down upon him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then, Harvey!
But she jumps in the way.
Yeah. And then he stops at like fucking Twilight. And she fucks him on the spot after a quick snog.
Yeah, you pissed your pants, Junior.
Yeah. But he's
But
driving the bus now.
What's with the towels? It was chairs and towels.
Well, it's linens. Don't you know what falls under that umbrella, buddy?
There was an umbrella, too?
It was hanging there.
So yeah, this is where I was wondering, like, because they started trying to say that it was almost too good to be true. How they were like, okay, he's gonna slut his wife out. Yeah, you gotta lure this guy in.
Milos.
You gotta use the Kevorkian. Bring this guy in. You get to half bang him. But I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna finish him off.
Nice. Full bang.
Yeah, I'll full bang him. You just get him ready. You're the foreplay.
Oh, Seinfeld foreplay.
Just keep your head down.
You better not let me get pulled over with this chair.
Yeah.
With this little gun holder.
Because Jake and Mickey will go down. Mm-hmm. And that's a great little extra fuck you. Thank you, but fuck you to Mickey.
Yeah. He keeps himself positioned well.
Yeah.
Grandmasters in this chess game would be impressed.
But we don't need a chess game, fella.
No, we need a fucking tea time.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, all right. Let's handle this like men. I saw you in the office. Let's see what you got out here.
Yeah.
And what did I say? Jack? Straight shooter.
Yeah. But Harvey says he's like a 14 handicap.
Yeah.
And when Jack says he's a 9, did he not say earlier that he was a 6 or 7, or is that in just something else I saw recently?
He doesn't play golf. That wasn't actually him that hit that.
Well, his shot is kind of forgettable. It's Harvey's that's wildly impressive.
Yeah, I know. Lucky shot. Lucky
he
tree.
fucking slices it into the woods.
You have no clue how many times I've done that. Goes fucking beaming into the woods and you get one lucky bounce.
And then lands out on the green. Mm. And
But
just while you're humming.
I feel like Jack Nicholson probably plays a lot of golf.
Yeah, I think that's part of his thing.
It would have been nice to have that one shot of him hitting a good one. But it was clearly, I feel like
that
shot was too
only to show his swing.
That was AI.
They were like,
that was AI. No one's ever hit it that straight. You can see the trees behind them. It's fucking windy out.
Yeah,
that's not happening. That was very quiet.
But they let him hit though. They like tilt down the shot so they can see that there's no.
Oh, they let him hit.
Yeah. They were like,
he made contact.
Yeah. And it was one of his probably proudest cinematic moments. You see that?
Then his luck starts wearing off, doesn't it?
Well, if you call getting offered, what, 100, 200, 300 grand? What's it gonna cost? Just I'll pay your legal pay your legal fill.
Get out of the green room, would you?
Pay off all your fees. You can live your best life. You know, or at least something awful.
One of these little model homes I got going here.
But the game continues.
Yeah.
Jake won. Jack.
Jake won. No, he didn't even get it in.
No, he puts it right to the tippy edge.
That was not a Tiger Woods moment.
Then absolutely treated to the POV from the hole.
Should have used a Nike. Yeah, I know. This is when I thought the Looney Tunes were going to come up and grab him and bring him down to Space Mountain.
But no. It's Jake 2 that gets heavy-handed. Did we watch
the same version?
Yeah. Space Jam.
Yeah. Yeah, I loved this. So he threatens them.
Yeah.
He says, he waits till they're like the bridge. This is absolutely where no wires would be.
Yeah, just in a little fucking...
I wouldn't want to have to kill
tree
you.
alley.
And then, what's with the one-legged golfer, man?
Yeah, I know. He goes down like a soccer injury after it, too.
But he calls it. He's like, what? And for my next trick, he goes and does it, and then he falls.
Yeah.
And it's not even a Willy Wonka. I was expecting a Willy Wonka.
Yeah, it was...
Pops back up. See, this is how I'm going to do it. You didn't see that coming.
No.
You wouldn't have saw that. on the 9th hole. No one's gonna find you here.
Yeah, it's so unusual, this part, because, yeah, he does, like, this fucking fall. You ever see a one-legged golfer? And he's just, like, he's done. He's, like, having an emergency event all of a sudden.
It's like the best way. I'm going to use this. It's the best way to get out of that situation. He tells him, come at me, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to pretend to stroke. You leave. And then, the people at the club back there are going to get me some sandwiches.
Yeah. Is his cane switching hands? What was that all about, that fall?
They're going to come put some M&Ms in my mouth, and it's going to be fine.
So, I guess, is this just an opportunity to give Jack a chance to sneak around?
Yeah, where is this lab that he shows up at?
Yeah, it's so fucking weird. Or
imitation still?
Yeah, well, yeah, he's walking through a house that's just got like some fucking maid listening to some Ajax commercial loud as fuck. Then he's like finding some good papers, manila envelope.
Yeah.
And he's like Mr. Scientist all of a sudden, checking out a mic. I've never seen Jack Nicholson look in a microscope.
I know.
And he sees these fucking little spring-loaded fucking...
You can see his eyebrow hairs fucking bending on it as he's
Yeah. Fucking... And there's like little things jumping around here having a molecular moment.
Imitation cells, man. Yeah. Still alive and well.
He's like, better not fall into a vat of that. Yeah, he just fucking... He's like...
I don't want my dick to turn white and my pubes to turn green. Yeah, especially when he sees that x-ray, like...
Yeah.
That's a big void in this guy's pelvis.
Yeah. Very unique.
Could fit my whole fist up there, bro.
And then it's just nighttime.
Isn't it always nighttime?
Yeah, he just jumps to nighttime. Like you're like, I guess it's like nothing else happened for a bit.
Brings her to Linda's. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, his paramour, the green face. That what you mean?
Yeah, he brings green face.
Oh my god. Give me
fucking prune face.
Give the tape. You'll be in contempt of court. I'm like, okay, everybody, shut up.
Yeah.
Enough about the tape.
We get it.
Oh, and then matches. Gotta light these candles with the matches and make a big deal about it.
Raleigh's matches.
And then for the boringest, most slowest conversation of the whole thing. Like, I didn't glean anything from it. I don't know if I had the volume down too low.
Well, you got what was stuck in her hair.
Oh, yeah, until the brooch.
And then it all comes together.
What is that? What?
Kitty
Pray tell.
Is Nirmada. Kitty was Nirmada this whole time.
Poppy.
Wow.
I thought fucking Loach was Poppy, but this brooch is Poppy.
Yeah. And she just spoon feeds all the information that we already got from the gardener. About said flower.
Yeah, salt water is bad for brooch.
But you can wash it out. I think this was also because she was actually a blonde and she dyed her hair red.
Yes.
But it's funny.
Tarnished. The specific lifestyle. Fucking tarnishing the poppy. Is that what she's gonna say? I had it too low.
What was the last thing we said?
Just like the redheads only thing.
Because Because you see her, like, playing with her hair, and it's like, oh, Jake, you dog. Now you got the Kevorkin.
Yeah.
She's coming on to you like a nun to a Kramer.
I know. Well, she's not much of a
But
conversationalist.
It's just something stuck in her hair from her past.
Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Yada, yada, yada.
Courtroom drama?
Hand over the wife's recording. Or
Dun, dun.
the wire recording. Not
Yeah.
the wife's, or maybe it's the wife's, whatever.
Yeah. Everyone wants the recording.
And then he's like, just bottoms up the rest of his drink there. And what the fuck is in this glass?
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck is in this glass?
Well, they're making soda.
Not
Nice
that there's
name.
anything wrong with that.
But he does say what it is. Something in soda.
Plus a ring?
Oh, Linda throws the ring in it.
Yeah.
And she's your fiance?
What is it?
She was.
What do you call that cocktail? A telephone? Because there's a ring in it?
It was a weird ring, wasn't it?
Weird ring.
It wasn't a full band. Which I think is bad luck.
I guess so. Doesn't let you dwell too often on it. 'Cause you're right, it jumps straight to courtroom drama.
And Meg Tilly there was actually very well casted, like very believable to be Faye Dunaway's daughter. The cheekbones. It's all about the cheekbones.
Ah.
They know how to... I was going to say cast a blonde, but I don't even think Meg Tilly's blonde in real life.
No, probably not.
Not quite as hot as her sister. I'm a Jenny fan. But she's pretty good.
Bound.
Actually, the first time I ever saw Jennifer Tilly, she was blonde. In Liar Liar.
Bride of Chucky.
Yeah, that too.
Anyway.
But she wasn't blonde.
No.
Just the doll.
Black. Anyway, tilt down to
Dun,
a judge
dun.
hammering.
Dun dun.
This thing's got all the hallmarks of a classic courtroom scene. Right away retreated. Approach the bench, lawyers.
So right away he's on. Who's on the stand?
It's
It's only Jack on the stand. Usually you got to go through everybody.
Yeah, but like you can tell that some people know what's up here.
Bringing back people from season 3.
Yeah, we're trying to clear the room of people. It's delicate matters being discussed.
Yeah. Too many people are talking.
Yeah, but alas, they're shut down on this objection to having people, and they just said no minors, just fucking oil suckers. That's it.
And is this where we listen to the tape?
The tapes.
Finally. Let's
Tapes.
get this the fuck out of the way.
Yes, 10 minutes of the tapes as the camera gets isolated shots of everyone in the courtroom.
And you find out that he edited it.
Oh, is that why there's scowls and shock?
Which is actually just edit. Edited it. And yeah, everyone's putting it together.
I can see.
I think he was even using some of the stuff from his office. Some of the practice tape he was putting in there. He was splicing and dicing.
No wonder an outburst ensued.
And then, of course, he had to show the tape to someone.
Yeah.
So they're saying this is a Fugazi.
Objection.
You can't object. Shut up, you dame.
I was in the room. Mass confusion. Distractions.
So, did he just do this to help Catherine? Was this his plan the whole time, or was this last minute gotta shred this up?
I don't know. I feel like he had threatened to go to court this whole time, and they're there finally, and like they can't wrap their heads around what happened in this room. They're like, well, to whom was the gun registered then? And then they're like, oh, well, it was the deceased, Bodine. And then, like, they're like, oh, well, the witness is charged.
I know, yeah, exactly. With what?
Oh, fondling a police officer.
Wham!
Yeah. And, like, this whole thing that they thought was such a good thing to pin on him.
Yeah. Can we at least agree there was a gun in the room? I loved that line.
Yeah.
And then the defense lawyer is like, yeah. Yes, I agree.
How did the judge react to this fucking fondling incident that they think old Geddes did?
He seemed like, yeah, I've been there.
You ever see anyone give less of a shit?
Yeah, I know.
Their whole
I
thing
loved
is
it.
hinging on, oh, he's gonna look like he fucking...
Like, that's their big play.
Yeah.
These guys.
Yeah, that's their
This is
big
the whole
play.
fucking GCPD, and that's all they can come
Yeah,
up with.
they get fucking laughed out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm sure he was touching dick. Okay. Well, whatever.
Like, yeah, exactly. It was...
Yeah. Absolutely not.
It was pretty laughable that they would even add this.
So the hearing goes well for Jake 1, old Jackie.
But
and
I do love, while we're listening to the tape, you see everyone's reactions to the gunshots. Like even Catherine shedding a tear, everyone's fucking flinching. And then it shows Harvey Keitel just stone face.
Oh.
Just... I loved this Harvey Keitel's character.
Yeah. And once they do get out of the courtroom, after they're laughed out for the witness thing, trying to slander Jack's good name, he's just got, this little bow he's got to wrap up here, right? Yeah. And he's got his envelope from earlier, old Manila, that he picked up when he was checking out microscopes. I guess it's that envelope.
Yeah.
It was, and we got old Jake too. He's got a little kid in his arms, Mr. Family Man. Now,
literally kissing babies.
Yeah, he's kissing babies.
Mayor Jake.
And so he's got to put down that little kid and talk the shit.
Yeah.
And there's always that thing where you want to have your whatever antagonist have down to earth goals or whatever, you know.
Sympathize. You want to be able to sympathize.
And he's laying it on thick here. Yeah. He's like, oh, I thought I was doing a good thing here.
Imagine if your dick looked like this. Yeah, I did it for the GIs.
Yeah, I'm giving the vets homes. Yeah. And whatever.
There was a time when me and her having a house like this was a dream.
Yeah. There was a time when money was a problem.
Yeah.
And he's like, whatever, the lab results, implants no good.
Yeah.
Still got a hole where my dick should be or whatever.
I gotta sleep on the couch. Yeah. I can't let her see this.
Yeah. My body's going nuts here.
Yeah, it's probably pretty easy to talk her into going and fucking the other guy.
Yeah. And like, it's just seems like it's boiling down to something stupid. He's like, well, like, so Bodine was only blackmailing you over Mulgrave or whatever, Mulray, whatever.
Yeah, and this is where he starts getting all pissy-eyed.
Yeah,
and they get right jakey with one another.
Yeah, oh yeah. No, yeah, full piss eye. He's like, I
doing a lot of this.
Yeah, he's like asking him how he found out about whatever. He's like, I did my job.
Yeah, exactly.
Jake getting his. You know, I got an investigator on my door. Yeah. Let's not forget here.
Yeah.
But yeah.
There's a reason you came to me.
Yeah. But fucking old Jake too. He's so good. He gets a
GI.
He gets a back massage.
Getty's investigation.
Yeah. He gets the fucking slow pat.
Yeah.
Fucking the softening of Jake 1.
I know.
Ugh. Listening.
Yeah.
Quietly
in this one moment, two Jakes become one.
Yeah. You know what? I like to hear you talk. I like to just sit here and listen.
So do you...
I like to hear about your woes.
What do you think actually happened? Do you think the wife has anything to do with it?
What led him on this path?
Yeah.
Yada yada. Yeah, the dude is bleeping his wife. You know.
But was she in on it?
Was Milosh's wife in on it?
Yeah. Yeah.
The only thing that can fucking...
And then, like, is she the one that... yeah, he's like, okay, and then we're going to need to hire an investigator. And she's like, try this Geddes guy. I heard he's good. Because they were formally introduced before.
Oh.
She knows who he is.
Oh.
I feel like this is totally Bruce Willis and Jessica Alba in Sin City kind of relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but did an earthquake hit every time?
They've both been thinking about each other for the next 20 years. Yes, okay. Insert earthquake.
That's what we do when we start hitting too much
This
of
one's a bad one.
We start putting too much of the story out. But
that's not an earthquake.
This is the one.
That's not an earthquake.
No.
That's man-made.
It is. And shit.
That's horses fucking.
Everywhere.
That's horses fucking.
Shit everywhere.
Yeah.
This is
expensive
Dumb
shit.
and Dumber before...
Yeah. This is expensive shit.
What was the one with Bob Saget and the shit everywhere?
What?
The second Dumb and Dumber. The one with where they were young.
Oh, yeah.
Because Dumb and Dumber was the newest one, right? Too Dumb, Too Dumber.
That was the newest one. The one where they were young was Dumb-er.
Yeah. Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, there's shit everywhere.
Yeah.
Except in this instance, expensive shit.
Yeah. That's oil.
Oh, that is oil. Yeah. They've been...
In case you don't get the reference.
They've been slurping their milkshake.
You know anything about milkshakes? Jack Nicholson and milkshakes? he was so stressed out on set, sometimes he'd take a break and go hang out in his trailer and have milkshakes.
No, that isn't a thing.
Yeah. The assistant director would come and get him. He's like, no, just have a milkshake. Enjoy. Sit back.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Not yanking my fucking oil.
No, seriously. But it was stressful times for Jake. We'll get back to that later.
Alright. So, Harvey. That's my oil.
Yeah. You mean my wife's oil? And, yeah. Mickey pulls the gun out at the water starts coming out of the sink. He's like, this guy's ready to shoot at anything.
Mickey's a dumbass.
Yeah.
Not really a threat anymore. Everyone is softening. But this is a weird time.
So it's Raleigh's that's drilling under, creating the earthquakes the whole time. You think
I figured that out, guy.
All earthquakes in California?
At least all of them in this movie.
Like, you think they'd be able to register, like That's like a half.
It's either that or like
That's
they
half
use
an
it to
earthquake.
cover up what they're doing because they're so prevalent. But I guess you were there and felt one.
Well,
Was that Raleigh?
that was the crazy thing is that like you feel it, and like everyone's. Are these people not from LA? The people from LA, you could tell who was from LA on that fucking sidewalk. Everyone fucking jumped except for the people from LA. Didn't even flinch.
Yeah.
And
They stand in a doorway at least?
well, we're all outside.
Oh, right.
But no, there was no running around or anything like that. But the next day when I went to the festival, he showed me a map of how far away the earthquake actually was.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Well,
But I don't think
there you go.
that with this man-made drilling into the rock create...
You don't think with that
Such a
whip
rumble?
stocking that you can fucking really pack a punch? It's a precise little thing. Don't you remember the demonstration from Tyrone?
Imagine getting banged by a horse. Come on.
The mayor never saw it coming.
Yeah.
Anyway, Jake 2, with everything that's come to light, decides he's going to stay behind
He's
in his
going down with
little
the
home.
boat. He's going down with the
He's going to
ship.
stay and have a smoke.
Captain Jake
And we know how that goes already.
already saw it. It should have been the big explosion because everyone's just jumping in their car and leaving.
Yeah.
It should have been the
But go ahead, give him a light.
matches.
I don't know. I wish I would have taken. This is the one time I didn't include matches in my
It would have
notes.
been. It would have been great to pass him Raleigh's matches.
Yeah, something like that.
Bastard.
Could have happened. That's worth the checkout of the last couple minutes of this thing, maybe, just to find out. But yeah, Mickey gets a nice little hug there.
Leave it in the
Something
comments.
that he never had his whole life, apparently, if you just base him on his character. Mommy. And now we get to run to our cars.
You don't think Mrs. Nice passed out hugs?
Guess not. And
Back to the ranch.
well, Jake 2 is just milling about, right? In this little powder keg scenario.
Yeah.
Essentially, he's inside of a propane tank.
Yeah.
And Akira.
It seems like he's like, where do I want to sit for my final moments?
Yeah. And like they definitely make it look hard to get out of. Cuz it's not just one kaboom, it's like
Oh,
a
yeah.
kaboom right on top of a kaboom there.
Underground kabooms.
Yeah, lots of
creating mediocre kabooms everywhere.
right? And then you think you're free of everything, right?
I think it's safe to say that no trespassing sign's gone.
It's finally
That's not making it to the trilogy.
it's finally dispatched.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess the only place to go from here is fucking
Tying up loose ends.
back to the tapes.
Yeah.
Old Jake 2 giving his piece, right?
Eesh.
We get that
Watch what you say.
the sympathetic antagonist fucking knife just keeps getting more fucking Care
Yeah,
Bear.
this does not end in a mother-daughter fantasy camp, okay?
No. Oh my god, she sucks. Why didn't you tell me?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Tell you what. I thought you knew.
And she's like, could you? And she does that, turns her head and walks off.
Yeah.
Fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So much looking back at him.
And then right away, like, this is all fresh in her mind and in her scenario. But she's like, does the past ever go away?
Yeah, and he tries to sugarcoat it at first, and he's like, you know what? Fuck you.
Like,
No, it doesn't.
like, who cares now?
Yeah.
And then like, oh, can't do it alone, blah blah blah, and then fucking snogs at him again.
Yeah. And that's when I was like,
all these women are
Jake, you sick bastard, man. Don't do it. I thought he was gonna, there was one point, and there's lots of evidence in this film that might make it out to be that he's gonna run away with Catherine. And I'm so fucking glad that he didn't.
It was just too wrong.
I like Jake. Yeah. Two wrongs don't make a right.
But she still gets in there.
Yeah. He gets a taste.
Yeah. But then she just gives him the brooch.
Yeah.
And fucks off.
Yeah. Thank you, but fuck you.
And in the most kinetic part of the whole movie, bar any explosion, the most there's like this quick rush to the door moment with the camera, just with this wild pace, and he pops it open and it never goes away.
I know, that's what I mean. Like, he tries to sugarcoat it.
Oh, yeah.
And he could have just let her go, but he's like, you know what? And, like, it seems like almost he's like, no, I'm going to tell it to her straight. Like, almost in a nice way, but he says it as a fuck you.
Yeah.
And
It's not the happy ending.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they leave it on that iconic...
Like, basically, it's like, your grandfather's your father.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your family tree looks like a broomstick.
Oy. But yeah, Private 308, Private Eye, whatever.
Back in business, yeah. Just another day at the office.
Yeah, office door, glass, window.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking iconic. A little bit of that fucking hard shadow thrown on it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're getting that addition.
Yeah.
We're getting an East Wing in this bitch.
And that's credits for this one. But, a third, right? Was always meant to be the thing. A trilogy.
Giddies versus Giddies.
Oh, was that the one where...
and it's about him and Linda going through a divorce.
Yeah, that was the divorce one.
But hey,
yeah,
we've already talked about water, energy, earth, fire.
Okay, Captain Planet.
So Giddies versus Giddies was supposed to be about air. So I don't know where the fuck
the
they're going with
grievances.
that. But it's funny, I didn't think about this until we were just talking. And the Giddies versus Giddies, it does kind of work with the two Jakes. That it's like him against himself.
Yeah, as far as devices
So
go.
the two Jakes and Giddies versus Giddies. Like, maybe Giddies... He's not even fucking married to Linda yet. Right. It's a fiancé. Mm-hmm. So how are they going through a divorce?
I don't know. I only heard tell of the Cloverleaf one.
This was supposed to take place in 1968.
Right.
So another 20 years later.
Jeez. Did you hear about that one Cloverleaf that was going to be?
No.
The other idea where it was about...
Better name.
Apparently the gutting of public transportation in favor of freeways. Because Cloverleaf is a certain type of freeway design, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So it had to deal with those. But apparently they used that for Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yeah. The whole time I was in California, man, didn't fight traffic once. That shit was fucking moving.
It's like New York. It moves fast.
It does.
You feel like it's all
I was like
stalemate, but
I know, like, sometimes you run into issues, especially going to Toronto. It's like you got to go an hour in advance and stuff like that. But this, I was so ahead of schedule because I was doing like extra hour because I thought I was going to get stuck in traffic Because I had to, like, it was during COVID, so I had to leave Long Beach, go to LA to get a fucking nose swab, and then make it back and stuff like that, like bouncing around. And even like when the plane got delayed, so now I got to go back to LA, and I don't know. Everything was moving way faster than I anticipated.
Yeah. Chicago moved slow. Took a long time to get into Chicago.
Yeah.
Felt like I was looking at Oprah's studio for an hour.
Oprah. Is she originally from Chicago?
I don't know, but that's where she shot her show. So what else you got on this thing? You must have a few little bit of wrap-up notes for us, don't you, pal?
So the reason why they didn't even think about doing a third movie is because this was an utter shit show trying to get together. Because they had, so it was like the dream team, and they were all such good friends after Chinatown. Robert Evans, Robert Town. Can you fact check that? Is it Robert Evans?
Robert Evans?
Yeah. Big producer.
Will his name be on this?
Yeah, producer.
Alright, I guess figure out how to get the producers here.
Yeah. They were the film 5 package. You got a writer, you got a director, you got a producer.
Robert Evans, producer.
Robert Evans.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Aye.
Yeah. So, originally.
Popped up like he fucking was like, Mickey Rourke.
This guy was saying that he's going to play Jake number 2.
This guy.
Yeah.
Mickey Rourke here.
And and that's exactly what I was going to call him. And apparently...
I didn't even know another one of him existed.
They were like, all right, we'll let you act. They were actually kind of... Because they kept running into issues. There was, like... They tried to film this early 80s.
Well, this guy is heavily associated with Roman Polanski.
Yeah.
Because he's involved in Rosemary's Baby here as well.
He was a heavy hitter. But he wanted to play the part of Jake number 2 because they actually tried filming this twice before and just kept running out of money or kept running into issues. And this was issue number 2.
This guy is an actor as well, not just a producer.
But he sucks.
Well, I can see that guy.
And it was laughable. And they couldn't really break it to him.
Well, he did act in some
You know what the deal breaker was? That they wanted time-accurate haircuts. And that would have showed off the stitches. So he was out.
Oh, what?
Because he just got
Frankenstein?
Yeah, exactly. He didn't want to show off the fucking stitches. And then Robert Town never actually finished the script and then went off to Tuscany or something and left it in Jack's lap. And now, because they were trying to get other directors and stuff, and they're like, Jack, you should direct it. And then, so this comes from Meg Tilly, that there were certain scenes that, they'd be in the location, literally waiting by the fax machine, hoping that Robert Town would send them a scene.
Right.
And she said that, Jack was a gentleman about it, never said a word. And no, it actually wasn't Meg Tilly. I think it wasn't Meg Tilly. Might have been the other girl, the other wife, that was saying he was a gentleman. He never talked shit about Robert Towns, but you could see him breaking.
He was killing him, eh?
Yeah.
Waiting on
So stressful, because it's his show now. It all got thrown on his lap.
That's true.
And he hasn't directed anything in 20 years.
It says the last thing he directed was Going South back in 78.
Yeah, I know. So, just over 10 years, I guess.
It actually fared better than this one critically.
Yeah.
Got a 6.2 as opposed to the 6.1.
Yeah. And then he started kind of... He had to write some of the script himself. Like, it had no ending. And he was so concerned about the film not making sense to anyone that he himself was like, okay, I'm just going to start adding narrations
all over it.
Yeah.
Just in post, he's just fucking fretting over it, just leaning on the record button. Well, here's what I think is going on here.
Indians love ghosts? I don't fucking know. Fuck. Jeez.
Yeah, apparently he didn't direct that movie Head with the monkeys is in it. He was just like a writer on it. Although I don't really think of him as a writer too much. Maybe I should. He was a writer on 7 Things.
But after this, I don't think he ever directed anything again. Because it was just such a headache. And that's when he would just have to have these times of relief where he'd just sit and drink milkshakes in his trailer.
I mean, if there's going to be anything you do that's related to a fucking oil-sucking movie, might as well be that. Did Paul Thomas Anderson get that line from his general backstage antics?
Also, cool guy Jack Nicholson did at one point say, I'm rapping. He rapped early as a helicopter landed in the reservoir, and he walked off and took the helicopter out because he wanted to make the Lakers game.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. I
Courtside.
Think, I thought it was a great movie, and it makes me appreciate Chinatown more.
You know that's on the record now.
Yeah. And I can't say... It's definitely not the better movie. There's so many wild things that are easy to forget about Chinatown with like he's running away from cowboys through this orange field, and he's getting beat up, and he's jumping on the side of cars and getting shot at, and
pacing is a little bit different.
Yeah. There's the car crash into the tree, and the nose cutting. Like, there was a couple things, instead of having the whole suck the barrel and stuff.
I guess it would have been nice if he didn't have to be in front of the camera and behind it at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it kind of showed in the film. And I don't think necessarily it's a bad film. It's an honorable sequel. I love it as a whole, and I would like to see the third going. I didn't lose hope. If I was watching this in the moment, I wouldn't have lost hope. But what happened is it was just so plagued, because this was the third time they tried filming it.
How far did they get the last couple times?
Not far. Not far at all. But it was just such a fucking headache that when the film was finally out, all the guys were just like, like, thank fuck. And they, it was just so much energy put into it that they couldn't even enjoy it once it was out. Mm-hmm. And they all, haven't talked since. Ugh. And they were best buddies after Chinatown.
Damn. Such a success. Yeah. And this is just such a middling...
cautionary tale to filmmakers.
Yeah. Sequels can be tough. And Chinatown was, big shoes to fill. Yeah. And this one, I mean, when
Best screenplay ever in 2073.
I was super excited for this one when I first discovered it existed. It was, 15 years ago, something like that. And it wasn't the easiest thing to come across. So through all the digging through the internet back then, finally wound up with a copy of it. And I forgot you needed to have seen Chinatown to really get that.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Of this.
When we were leading up to this episode, It was pretty funny that I'm like, I'm just brushing up on Chinatown before I watch the Two Jakes. Only makes sense. You're like, don't bother, pal. Yeah, it's the same guy, but it's different. It's a different movie.
Yeah, yeah. This one,
Harvey Keitel wasn't in Chinatown, okay?
Yeah. He plays his brother. It's great.
Yeah.
His brother, Jake.
In this universe, brothers have the same first name, not the same last name.
Yeah, of course.
But I did love Harvey Keitel in this.
As brief as his kind of role was.
Powerful.
And, yeah, I guess what... Did they not want him for the role? They wanted that Robert Evans, or that guy sucked too bad?
He sucked too bad. There was Dustin Hoffman.
Of Dukes and Hazzard fame?
Yeah. Brother of Dustin Hoffman. Same first name. Same universe.
Yes.
Harrison Ford.
Oh.
And there was even some big hitters that were lined up for the female roles that I can't remember their names.
I'm pretty sure it was Faye Dunaway that
she wanted to play the daughter.
That the girl I know from high school, I think she was her personal assistant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mother Dearest. Did you ever watch that movie?
I don't know. I think I've seen bits and pieces of it here.
Yeah.
Clipped out. Or something to do with it.
Yeah.
I get her confused with others.
I know her from, Chinatown, Bonnie and Clyde, ruining the Oscars. Not much more than that.
Sometimes I'll think of Fay Ray when I'm thinking of her, and then I just imagine her being squeezed by a giant gorilla.
No, that wasn't Faye Dunaway.
It was Fay Ray.
No, but...
Not Fay Ray either? Oh, I give up.
No, it's the girl from... she's in American Horror Story. The Freak Show one. Specifically. She looks a lot like Faye Dunaway. Angela... No. I'm thinking of Angela Bassett.
No. Angela Bassett was discovered in a weird way, though. She was on a plane. She was like a stewardess in a movie. Did we talk about that before? I know who you're thinking of. She was in something else, too. No.
Oh, she was in lots of stuff.
I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it.
Angela Bassett's also in it, but... Jessica Lange,
yeah. But that was in, like, newer King Kong, wasn't it?
No. That's Brie Larson.
Brie Larson was in a King Kong?
Yeah, like the newest. She was in Skull Island.
Is there another new Kong versus Godzilla one coming out too?
Tomorrow.
Man, then in Godzilla -1 or whatever is not in this universe.
No, but I am dying to watch that.
I heard it was awesome, right?
Won an Oscar.
Almost went to a black and white screening of it.
That would have been badass. Yeah. I do love that these Godzillas and Kongs are not remakes, they're continuations, and they reference the very first Godzilla movie. This is all one huge timeline. Trumps Marvel and DC and all that shit. Like, it's the best universe cinema has to offer.
Yeah, it's a lot of, what is it called? Fan appreciation, kind of.
Yeah.
What is it called when...
Service. Fan service.
Fan service, of course, yeah.
But I think it's great. Like how the same guy, did you hear something?
It was weird, wasn't it? creep me out, actually. That's...
The guy that...
Still creeped out. I thought it would pass.
Might be the ghost of Studio A. I'm pretty sure it's the same guy that's in Creator, Ken... What's his name?
Watanabe.
Yeah.
He
Might have nailed it. The grandson of the scientist in the original Godzilla. And in the original Godzilla, he sacrificed himself.
Nepo baby?
He sacrificed himself to try to kill Godzilla. But in the Millie Bobby Brown version, he goes to sacrifice himself to save Godzilla.
Who cares?
It might be a hot topic, but we're a little off topic, I must say. But I'll definitely be checking out that Kong vs. Zilla 2.
Yeah, why wouldn't that have come out at the end of the 2 Jakes?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Maybe I'll save it for another bachelor party.
Yeah, that's right. Fuck.
I guess we might as well do a wheel. Figure out where we're off to next.
Yeah, it's true. And like normally we got somewhere we can set this damn machine to, and we can make our way to that time and place. But we do need to really
keep it under wraps.
We got to nail it down. Dial it in.
Have we ever done one live?
All right. Kind of a weird ending.
Yeah, we just did the wheel without you guys being able to see, and now you know where to find us. We'll see you in...
You know what's weird?
What's up?
The other day, I was walking through this like little pass-through that's close to the Doyle there.
A pass-through?
To get down towards like Pizza Corner.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw these 2 girls kind of like parked awkwardly. And couple guesses. What do you think they were doing?
Partying?
They're outside the car.
Not partying? Hacky sacking.
No.
Fighting?
No. They were stealing a big rock.
Oh, how big?
Who
owned it?
I assume it was like the building, maybe, that it was at. But they're parked there, and 2 of them, like, surrounding this rock like it was a meteor that fell from the sky, and they were about to learn about space from it. And popped open their trunk, and the 2 of them together lifting this rock into the trunk. Like they found the perfect rock they needed.
You should play devil's advocate and be like, "Aye!"
But that's funny because one time when I worked at the building back in the day, you know, the alley behind there?
Yeah.
I noticed on the camera something weird was going on in that alley. So I went in there and there was this guy holding a pigeon. He was like holding it like he's going to walk off with the pigeon. And like walked out of the back door and like met him in the alley and I was like, "Hey!"
Oh dear God, thank you.
Drop that pigeon.
I couldn't listen to that anymore, man. It's game over.
Game over.
It's game over, man.
Don't even like pigeons.
Only when they're well cooked.